Yo, dude, Lego just increased the battle pack prices, man.
Dude, no way, man. Now I can buy even less of a figure pack. This is a joke, but let's talk about it.
You know, if Lego keeps raising the prices like this, I'm gonna need a lot more sponsors because I'm running out of funds for these things. Welcome, Woodsters, to a question of whether or not this set is worth the brand new $25 price tag, or maybe even higher than that. For a little over 100 pieces, this is kind of a hard sell, even though the figures in it are pretty awesome. In order to test it, we're gonna have to pop it open. So, let me just... And with our build officially complete, this is our completed Stormtrooper battle pack. Now, of course, the only reason that we're here is for the figures, so we'll talk about the set later, which I think is very interesting. But what matters most to me are these two Dark Troopers, and the other two that we got in here as well. The Dark Troopers are both the exact same, but they look absolutely fantastic. We do get one long-range rifle in the set, and the rest are the 11 shorter ones, and these Dark Troopers just look so good. The helmet mold is kept the exact same from the original ones, so if you didn't get those, this is a great way to buy that figure, considering how expensive it was. The biggest downside, of course, is the fact that these aren't really Dark Troopers, they are Dark Night Troopers, so they do have these gold accents as well as the red duct tape all over their bodies. It's not the worst thing in the world, and I'm glad that we got a variation, so the old ones are still good, but like for me, since I don't have the old ones, I'm just glad to get them at all. The printing on the front is awesome, as well as the legs. Nothing on the arms this time, and a little bit on the side of the head. These are both the same, and when you pull the helmet off, it is a zombified face, just like we got in the Stormtrooper from the Ahsoka Battle Ring set from a little bit ago, which is the exact same Stormtrooper that we've got over here. We do get two variants of the Stormtrooper. I don't know where the gray helmet specifically comes from, but these two are essentially the same. One Stormtrooper has a little bit of a different marking for his duct tape on the chest plate, but the legs are the exact same, and of course the helmets are slightly different. We've never gotten, as far as I know, a gray, this color of gray in a Stormtrooper helmet. We have gotten Stormtroopers that are gray, like the Mud Trooper, but they're a little bit different colored. So these are kind of interesting, pretty fun to have both. Of course, this other Stormtrooper is the exact same that we got in the other Ahsoka set, so just more to add to your army. I do like the gray helmet, and everything else is just as great as a Stormtrooper can be. No arm printing, good back printing, and good on the chest plate as well. You can notice the small differences in the yellow duct tape as you're looking around. Overall, for these four figures, I think you get a pretty decent value. I don't love the new price, but the actual figures themselves are definitely some that I would want to wait for this battle pack to go on sale to grab some more of, especially since I'm assuming these Stormtroopers are going to be in the new Mandalorian show, or I guess movie. These are probably gonna pop up again. So maybe a good thing to buy if you are wanting to army build. So pretty nice on the figures. But the actual set itself is what is a little bit disappointing to me. Now, I don't profess to know everything about Lego Star Wars design. I'm not a designer myself. I am not very great at building my own Lego, as this video can attest. But I don't think this looks very good, and I don't know where it comes from. Now, let me tell you what my issues are with this set and what I think would be a better solution for battle packs in the future. Truthfully, this set isn't bad, but it's just so boxy. It has a lot of pieces, or at least it feels like it does, but at the end of the day, it's just two pillars with a piece of glass in front. And it doesn't look any better than what we got years ago. I don't know why it's like this. It's not terrible by any means. I mean, you do have enough space to fit all the figures standing without it interrupting any of the other movement or other things that are going on with the set. So from that standpoint, that's good. I do think it's kind of funny that it includes 5 technically spots for your Stormtroopers, including the seat and then the 4 sides, but you only get 4 troopers. It's like, oh man, imagine if we could fill up this whole thing. But it's just kind of strange. Of course, Lego couldn't help themselves again, and they added stud shooters. I really think there must be a reason why stud shooters are in so many of these sets. there's got to be like a minimum play value, and that's just an easy thing to put on. I don't know. We all know that I don't love stud shooters. The front glass I thought was going to be on a hinge, you know, like Lego usually does. They have a hinge that folds up the glass. But no, this time they just slap it on there. That's that. This is definitely a windscreen piece from like a car or something, and it looks fine on there, I guess. It's just, again, it adds to the blockiness. There's just a huge gap right here. There's, you know, you take it off and put it back on to put a figure in there. Kids are going to lose that windscreen piece. I just guarantee that's going to happen. And that's just, I don't know, it feels kind of lazy to me. That said, I'm sure the LEGO Star Wars designer tried really hard to make this set as best as possible with the limitations that were probably given. So remember, with a grain of salt, we want to be nice about this stuff. It's not terrible, it's not bad, it just isn't what we probably would have wanted. I think for me, this set raises an issue about making these types of builds in battle packs from now on. Now, in years past, we've gotten a good build with a battle pack that was a few pieces, and we got 4 figures for a very good price. But in recent years, we know that the price has continued to rise. The rising in price makes these battle packs a little less fun to buy, and they're meant to be something that you can buy a bunch of. I want to have 30 of these stormtroopers, but realistically, the price just doesn't allow that. So my solution wouldn't be to get rid of any figures, but to downsize the sets themselves to make them something a little more just fun battle packy. We don't need any more of these transports that are kind of just a bunch of pieces thrown together. While I think they did a good job making sure that all the figures can fit in here, this just isn't a set that I feel like anyone is going to want to keep around, and definitely not something that anyone's going to want to keep on their shelf. Now, I know that these things are for play, so we have to think at it from a kid's toy perspective. And even from a kid's toy perspective, I just don't think this works really either. You don't see this vehicle, at least as far as I know, in any Star Wars movies or in the Ahsoka show. It needs to be gone. This needs to not exist. And we need to have a pack with 4 figures and a small build. This would help it reduce the price. If we used maybe half of these pieces to make a little barricade or something along those lines, a little mini turret, or maybe some flag, I don't know, be creative. LEGO designers are much more creative than I am, and that would reduce the cost, I think, for LEGO to make something like this. Realistically, we don't have to have this many pieces in a battle pack, and I think that it would help the consumers out if they were to lower the cost and get rid of some of the pieces that we just don't need. Overall, I think this set is a pretty solid buy if you're going to buy it on a discount later on in the year. It's a fantastic army builder. Like, these are the best stormtroopers that we've gotten in a little bit just because of how cool and unique they are. They're just different from what we have in regular Star Wars. And so from that standpoint, this is an awesome set to buy, and something that I don't think LEGO's just going to reproduce a ton of in the foreseeable years in the future. But for here and now, I would probably hold off on buying this until you see discounts going, because as far as I know, the set is only at Walmart for the time being, and Walmart tends to do pretty well with their sales. Overall, I think LEGO did the best that they could with the parts and the abilities that they had. I just wish that we could change things up a little bit. I'm sure there's stuff that I don't know, so let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this set, and if you're going to go purchase it now or wait a little longer. Thank you, Woodsters, for being wonderful as always. I have really great content coming up, including this guy and some other brand new sets, so stay tuned for those and keep subscribing so we get to our 20K. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.